Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is part 3 of our cities around Charlotte, and today we're focusing on Monroe, North Carolina. It's a little more affordable than our first two places we looked at, but don't let that fool you. It still has a lot to offer with some great houses. So stick around and we're going to start the video in just a second. So if you've seen my other videos, you know I like to start with the housing and market update for the city that we're looking at. So for Monroe, North Carolina, you can see that the median sales price is $306,500, excuse me, down 15.5% for the year over year. Number of houses sold is also down 46.2% at 42, and the median days on market is 53 plus 21 year over year. If you look at the little graph here, you can see that the trend line kind of starts scooching up here in about 2020, has a few dips, but continues to trend up until about June, July, August of last year. And then we started the downtrend until a little pop in December. People like to shop for not just gifts, they like to shop for houses during the holidays as well. And then you can see it dip down back in January. Looking forward to February, we're thinking that it's going to either just stay kind of flat or pop a little bit because we have been seeing some multiple offers go out there, and houses are going typically on the first or second weekend now if they are priced correctly. So we'll probably see a little bit pop when the next numbers come out, and keep a lookout for that because Kristen will have a video with that as soon as those numbers are available. Next, we're going to be looking at demand. So you can see that sale to list price is 95.8%, down 3.9% year over year. So what that just means is that sellers still think they can put their houses up a little bit higher than they should just with the current market that we're in. So they start off a little bit high and then they have to chase the market down to get some buyers to come in and look at it, depending on the house and the location, but that's what that stat means. Homes sold above list price, that also goes hand in hand. It's down almost 25% year over year. And then home price drops is actually way up at plus 34%. Just because, like I said, they are having to drop the houses because they're starting them just off a little bit too high. And you can see that by this graph too. Pretty much just a little bit of an increase here and there, 2020, 2021, and then now 2022, you can see that we are below 100 and it kind of started a downward trend. Same time, June, July, August of last summer is kind of like when we peaked and then we started coming back down. Migration is a fun one. You can see where people are coming from. There's not going to be too much change every time I do one of these videos because we're all kind of like in the same area. So the top ones are always going to be New York, Washington, Los Angeles, Boston, Chicago. We've actually helped a couple people from New York, a person from California. Chicago was actually one of our recent ones. They did a video for us. We posted that on our YouTube. And we are in the process of helping a young lady move from Seattle over here to Charlotte, and they're in the process of buying right now. We're going through our due diligence period, but she's going to be moving here and she's very excited. So these are going to stay the same, but you can just still get a little overview of where people are coming from to the Charlotte area, whether it be weather related, tax related, job related. There's a lot of different reasons why people will come here, but this kind of just gives you a broad overview. Schools I don't talk about too much. We really do have some really good schools here, whether you're looking for public, private, or charter schools. We got some really good ones. If you have any questions on that, you leave them in the comments. You can email us, call us, and we can kind of help you for your situation to find the best school for your children. So just reach out and we'll be able to help you with that. And lastly, we're going to look at climate and transportation. One of the big reasons my family moved here back in 2018 was weather related. We lived in Northeast Ohio and we just couldn't take the long winters and all the snow. We just wanted something a little bit different. So to give you just a broad overview, you're going to have mostly warm weather, a lot of dry weather. There are some rainy seasons, but not too much. You will have some snowfall. So far in the 2022-2023 season, we haven't had any in the Charlotte area. That doesn't mean we're not going to. Last year in April, we actually had a few weekends where we got some snowfall. And then going into the heat-related side of things, in July and August will be your hottest months, where you will have the AC running probably morning, noon, and night, just because that's our hottest season. when you move here, you also have a lot of neighborhoods with pools, so take advantage of that. Or if you're able to get a pool at your house, because you will be taking advantage of that in those very hot summer months. And then for the most part of the year, though, you're going to get lots of sunshine. You're going to get very comfortable weather. And that was one of our main things for coming down here, was that. In regards to transportation, Charlotte and even the surrounding cities around Charlotte, you will need a car. It's very car dependent. Now, Monroe does have a lovely downtown area where it has some shopping, restaurants, and stuff like that. It's all great. But if you want to do anything like sporting events, or your job might be in Charlotte, you're going to need a car or some kind of Uber to get you back and forth. And it is about a 30-minute drive to uptown. That's what we call our downtown in Charlotte. So that's like without traffic, it's around 30 minutes. So if you're commuting in the morning, it'll be a little bit longer. But yeah, it's very car dependent. You can do a little bit with walking and biking, but a lot of things you actually need a vehicle for. All right, now that we looked at the market and housing prices, let's look at things you can actually do if you move to Monroe, North Carolina. One of my favorite things is right here, the tree house vineyards. Believe it or not, they actually have 3 tree houses to rent that you can stay in. One's a smaller one, they have a medium size and a large. It's great for if you're going on a date, or if you want a nice little getaway for a husband and wife, you want to go there. It's very cute. And then you also have wine tasting there. So you get to go through the wine tasting. And as you're doing that, they tell the story of how it was created and what the people went through when they actually did the treehouse vineyards. They also have a spot for events, so you can have meetings there for work, which since Kristen's in real estate, they have had a few meetings there, and it's actually pretty neat. So you can rent out as a venue as well. So that is very fun. All Shucks Farm is very, it's a family place. It's cool. They have a pumpkin patch during the season, so that's also very fun. They have petting zoo, and you can see as you scroll down here, there's a bunch of stuff to do. One thing I do always like to point out, if they have it, is a movie theater. I'm a big movie buff, so having that right in your, only maybe 5 minutes or so from your house, 10 minutes from your house is big for me. I really love movies. We have a lot of different cinemas around here, but that one is a really nice movie theater, so you can check that out when you move there. But there's really not that much that you're missing out on. There's a lot to do in Monroe. And then just to piggyback off that, you have 30 minutes to Charlotte, like I said before, so you can just go there and you can do anything you want to do there. And it's also about a 30-minute drive or so to South Carolina, to Carowinds, which is our amusement park down there. So it's a very good centralized location. And just to add a little bit more onto that, if you go the one direction, you're about 2.5 hours away or so from beaches. So you have a litany of beaches to pick from. They're about 2.5 hours. Some go a little bit longer, 3.5. And then if you go to the opposite direction, you have mountains. So those are about 2.5 hours away. So any direction you go, you have so much to do. It's a very good location with affordable housing. So if you guys have any questions, leave a comment down below, or you can text, email, give a phone call. All that information's right there. We're available almost 24/7. We do have to sleep, but if you have any questions, we would love to help you out. And that's it for this video from Monroe, North Carolina. Keep an eye out for our future videos. We do have an upcoming market report, and the Fed is speaking next week, so I'm going to be doing a little bit of a video on that to let you know what we're going to look at for interest rates. And that's all I have for right now. So have a great rest of your day. Bye.